You know, I'm not going to spend too much time on this fight. Look at Josh Kelly's face. IBF 147-pound, 54-pound champion from the UK. It seemed like he'd been around for a long-ass time. Anyway, it looks like it's going to be him versus Boots Ennis next to unify the WBA, WBO, and IBF titles at 154 pounds. And Josh Kelly's just going to get beat up. Listen, no disrespect to the fighter. I've been covering the guy for years. In fact, let me go look at his face. And let me go pull up his resume. I'm trying to figure out, when did I come in? 19-1-1 with 9 KOs. He's 32 years old. Let me see. I came in somewhere around, I think it was Ray Robinson. What card was this? I think it was Ray Robinson. Is the first Josh Kelly fight. Or was it Carlos Molina? And no, not that Molina. Oh, shit. Well, anyway, this Carlos Molina, it is that Molina. Remember him from all those years ago? For Paul Williams, basically, he was on the end, wrong into some bad decisions. And eventually, he got arrested. I don't know whatever happened to it, but he got arrested for like a statutory, rape charge. Anyway, and I think it was one of them weird type of situations where he was like, not that it's right, that he was like, I don't know, 19 and she was like 17 or some old shit like that. But anyway, go look it up. We're going to talk about the fight. So Josh Kelly's been around for a long time. He's the IBF champion. He beat Bakram Murtazaliev. Remember, Bakram Murtazaliev beat the shit out of Tim Tszyu. So it was pretty surprising that he got a chance, to fight Murtazaliev and to pretty much outboxing. But we really didn't know who Murtazaliev was, and also, really, because he was fighting in dark matches before he fought Tim Tszyu, so he pretty much came out of nowhere. But that win over Tim Tszyu didn't age very well, but Tim Tszyu also ain't been the same since. Remember, he lost to Fundora, the cut in his head. He fought Bakram Murtazaliev, no head movement, tried to walk him down. By the way, that main event for Tszyu and Spence is coming up next. I'm just recapping the card from earlier. So basically, it's 11:32 p.m. Here, let me show you. Hopefully my computer don't crash. Oh, wait, I want to listen to this. So it's 11:32 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. This card finished about, I don't know, maybe 5-6 hours ago. The PBC, the Zone card with Errol Spence and Tim Tszyu is on right now. The, let's see here. The main event should be coming up next. Let me see where we at. So I'm doing 2 videos in one right now. Yeah, it's coming up next. So I'm doing 2 videos in one right now where I just got finished watching the entire Josh Kelly fight. And don't crash on me. Don't crash on me. Where was that? And I'm going back and watching this because I fell asleep. So I'm going to say this. Josh Kelly is sheesh. Let's listen to the cards first. Then we'll talk. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe. I'm going to watch the Hamza Shiraz or try to finish that before the main event starts.
We go to the judges' scorecard.
For Tszyu Spence.
Judge Nermin Adrovic scores it 114-113. And both judges, Marco.
Oh, by the way, Josh Kelly won the fight, in my opinion.
Zapia are in agreement. They both scored the same, 115-112. All for your winner by unanimous decision. And still, IBF Super Welterweight Champion of the World, Josh.
So we go listen to the post-fight interview, and let's go look at the landscape of the 154-pound division. For those who don't know, Tim Tszyu is going to be staying at 160. Obviously, if he loses, he's talking about retiring. Remember, that fight's coming up next, as far as my time is concerned. Errol Spence is going to stay at 154 pounds. It's looking like, which listen. Let's see how he looks tonight. You got Sebastian Fundora, who's the WBC champion. His mandatory is Virgil Ortiz. They're bullshitting around with that fight. Virgil Ortiz's team has been real funny You know, but finally Golden Boy and Virgil Ortiz team, they figured it out, so they're working on a comeback. Fundora's manager, Samson Lukovitz, he's always moved funny to me, you know, when it comes to his fighters, and he's very close with the WBC president. He's actually the guy, from my understanding, if I remember correctly, discovered Manny Pacquiao, brought him over to the States. So the WBC won't order them for some reason, and the WBC wonder why they're losing credibility of people dropping their belts. So Boots Ennis beat Xander Zayas for the WBA and the WBO. Remember, I believe Boots was what? Was he the interim or the WBA regular? I don't remember. And then you have Josh Kelly right there over on his island. All the names I've just mentioned would beat Josh Kelly. Virgil Ortiz would beat him. Fundora would beat him to a pulp. He's not going to be able to, like, no. Boots Ennis would beat him, clearly. You know, and then there's a bit of a fall off when it comes to the top guys in the division. I mean, yeah, Xander Zayas is still young. You know, let me see here. Who else should we be looking out for? Nobody, really. I'm not really high on Tellez. I was at his fight in Florida. So when you look at it, Josh Kelly he's a champion. He should be in the deep end, but he's in the deepest of ends right now. And it's looking like, let's listen to what he has to say. Post-fight interview. Take your time out, like the video, subscribe. And TstreeT Controversy with 5U360. Did I mute it? There we go.
The work to keep your belt in this ring tonight.
First of all, I want to say Assalamu Alaikum, Saudi Arabia, Jeddah. Beautiful country, beautiful people. Listen, first of all, I'd like to thank my Lord and Saviour, Jesus Christ, but I'm here in Jeddah. So I want to say a big thank you to Allah as well. I'm saying thank you to Sella, Matchroom, Eddie, my team, Turkey Al Sheikh, my partner, all my team. And listen, that was a messy, hard fight. And you don't get cuts or punches like this. They come off heads and elbows, and this is what it looks like when you got tight skin.
How did the challenge of Kevin
Let's look at that cut.
compare to what you'd expected throughout the build-up?
Yes, I knew he was going to be very tricky, standoff, awkward. He had a good game plan. Try to make it a good boxing match and fight in spurts. I just had to show a different side to me at the end, go inside, start taking the fight away like that, and that's what a champion does, finish at the end of the fight hard.
Ultimately, what do you believe won you the fight tonight, Josh, through those 12 rounds?
Mindset, the stylistic change-up, my team, this crowd and the energy in here is beautiful. When I walked out, it was great to see everyone in the crowd. It was unbelievable. I got so many nice, lovely experiences from people here, ringside, everything. So I just want to say again, thank you, Jeddah. It's been beautiful being here, and hopefully be back soon.
Just finally, we want to allow you, before we bring in Kevin and Eddie, we want to allow you to go and get that cut cleared up as well. But you are world champion. You've said this is just the start of the journey. Eddie also represents a certain fighter called Jerome Boots Ennis. If it's up to you, what does Josh Kelly do next?
Yeah, what it next? People be smiling, looking at that, saying, yeah, what's he talking about? That style of fight there's no. It's not that's a tricky night for anyone. Someone rushing in, diving in, heads, attacks, elbows, everything, making it a rough fight. And that learns your experience. So listen, I want the big names in the division. I've already took out one big name in background, Murtazaliev. Let me get the other ones. I'm here, man. I'm a champion on IBF. And I've just
He don't sound confident.
And you bounced back from defeat. Do you have some words for Kevin Ajako as well? Because it was great to see the respect there at the end of the fight.
Ajako.
I said, don't take that as a loss, take it as a learn. It's the first huge fight for him. It's his second 12-round fight. And I think he learned a lot in there tonight. He's got to come back. He's got to show how much he wants it. He wants it. Bounce back from this loss. Same way I did back in 5-6 years ago.
He was supposed to fight Brendan Adams.
Proving he needs to get back where he wants to be. And that's a true heart of a champion.
Top man, Josh. Congratulations. We'll let you go and get...
God bless everyone. Thank you. Have a great night.
Let's bring in Kevin Ajako. Kevin...
Let's listen to him, see what he has to say.
Did you feel you'd done enough to become world champion at the end of the fight there?
Yeah, I did. I thought it was close going into the 5th, 6th. Could have been one up to him or level. And I thought the second half, when I started holding my feet and let my hands go, I took over. Obviously, he had the 2 point taken off as well. Listen, no excuses for me. It wasn't good enough tonight. I lost. Well done to Josh. He's a great champion, very tricky, very awkward. There's no complaints from me. I did think I won it, but it wasn't good enough for the judges, so there's no complaints. Well done to Josh and his team.
We know you're a tough character, Kevin, in and out of the ring. The emotions will be raw now, but I imagine this is very much the start of a rebuild job for Kevin Ajako.
Okay, so listen, I already spent too long on this fight, more than I wanted to. So Josh Kelly didn't sound confident. Boots Ennis would beat him. Xander Zayas would beat him. And it's looking like he's not going to really have no choice because at the end of the day, the zone, or Turkey Out Shake, they're going to push for this fight to happen. So this is not the day and age where you can go duck and smoke these days, as the kids say. So, I mean, look at him. He don't look like a confident man. Let me go back 10 seconds. I got to be careful because I just upgraded my PC to a whopping 64 gigabytes of RAM. So far, smooth sailing. Take your time out, like the video, subscribe. You can follow me on Twitter at TstreeT Controversy. We're back in the mix. Oh, by the way, he says he's not injured. So you can see his nose, but he says it's going to be pretty much a quick turnaround. So basically, we can see him versus Boots by the end of the year, hopefully, or at the very early next year, hopefully in January or so. So here's my Twitter account. I've been tweeting some other stuff, but pretty much been covering boxing like for the last week and a half, like full time again, really easing back into things. I'm going to try to watch this Hamza Shiraz fight. Hopefully, I'll have some time before the main event starts, which is supposed to be next, if I'm correct. But it's probably going to be a bunch of filler. Yeah, see, this is only in the 7th round. I got some time. So this is probably going to be a 2-part video if I run out of time. Or, if it's like a 20-minute long video, then you're going to know that I did both fights, the Shiraz fight and this one in one video. Anyway, see you guys later. Drop a like, drop a subscription if you haven't already, and I'll talk to you guys later. I'm back real quick. Since I got some time, as you can see here, the co-main for the Zoo fight is still on. Zoo Spence fight is still on. So I want to talk about this right here. Now, this guy, Ermel, I forgot how to pronounce his name. I was just practicing it for about a good 15 seconds, and I forgot how to pronounce it. Well, anyway, Fundora's team has been moving really, really funny with him. Fundora wants to fight the best. He wanted to fight Terrence Crawford, but his team, Samson Lukovich, I don't know if his father is, involved as well in a larger capacity to where they're not just listening to the manager or the promoter, whatever Lukovich is doing. It's not a good look. And in the media, Fundora has expressed, self-awareness that is not a good look. Now, when it comes to the WBC, from my understanding, they're trying to bill this guy as the mandatory. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. Now, remember, Fundora has had, maybe you want to call it some soft touches? One soft touch since after he beat, wait a minute, let me see. Where can I find him, man? I'm sorry. I'm trying to do it all right, let's do it this way. Where you at, Fundora? Why are you not even ranked, Fundora? Oh, there you are. Don't go by the box rec rankings, by the way. 24-1-1, 16 KOs. He fought Thurman, Tim Tszyu, okay, Cordell Booker, okay. The Keith Thurman fight, that was, they were trying to turn him into a pay-per-view star of Fundora, but Keith Thurman just wasn't the right opponent because every time Keith Thurman gets a little bit momentum, he disappears for 3-4 years. So to us hardcore boxing fans, we know who Keith Thurman is, and it was a very interesting fight, especially the fact that Keith Thurman is about 5'7", and Fundora is about 6'5", but every now and then you'll hear them say he's 6'6", he's 6'7", Tim Tszyu, he just ran down on him. So it's like they know what they have. Fundora is a very powerful asset to PBC Premier Boxing Champions. He's one of their final high-powered assets. You have Tank Davis, David Benavidez, Sebastian Fundora, and I'm talking about the high-powered, the ones that can move the needle a little bit, or you can make some real money off of. I feel like I'm missing somebody. Of course, Rolly. Gary Antoine is up there too. Isak Cruz. But I'm talking about the guys I've just named is pretty much the three, I guess you can say, top PBC fighters, if that's what you want to say. Fulton kind of fucked up. They still got Brendan Figueroa, Irisling DeLara, but those guys are not on the same level or as marketability as the previous guys I've just mentioned with Tank, David Benavidez, and Fundora. So Fundora, after he beats this dude, because I've noticed with PBC that they usually don't go unless the fighters really force it with back-to-back tough fights. It'll be like that fight, a bullshit fight, then tough fight, or two bullshit fights, then a tough fight, then a bullshit fight, tough fight. It's always kind of been like that. They didn't even want to fight Tim Tszyu in a rematch. Remember, they were trying to steal that fight and give it to Errol Spence. I mean, it's a blessing that Errol Spence didn't take it as his first fight back after getting, ran down on by Terrence Crawford. By the way, once again, there is a Tim Tszyu right there. That fight is coming up next. I'm just catching up from earlier. Since Josh Kelly won, I was talking about in detail the 154-pound division and how Josh Kelly is a sacred-ass meal. What is it? What's the baby animals that people be? A lamb. He's a little baby-ass, tender-ass lamb. And lamb is good. Don't worry about how I was slaughtered. So it's looking like they're going to be positioning Josh Kelly and Boots Ennis to be fighting sometime soon. Fundora's coming back to fight this cat right here, who I have not. My God, what? But yet, how is he allowed to fight somebody? And you got an interim champion. Interim championships are not supposed to be defended. And Virgil Ortiz has had that interim championship for what? When did he beat? Let me pull that up. Oh, let me just ask Alexa. Alexa, when did the boxer Virgil Ortiz Jr. become the WBC 154-pound interim champion? Let's listen to Alexa.
Virgil Ortiz Jr. captured the WBC interim 154-pound title on August 10, 2024, beating Serhiy Bohachuk by majority decision.
See? Even Alexa know the truth. Alexa, why is Sebastian Fundora ducking other fighters in the division? Let's see what she say.
Sebastian Fundora's ducking comes down to fights over risky mandatory defenses. Site_IFB's Oik. He skipped a WBO mandatory bout with Xander Zayas last year, opting for a rematch with Tim Tszyu and later a fight with Keith Thurman, which offered higher purses and visibility. Site_VDJGLVH. WBO belt and gave the impression he's avoiding tougher opponents in the 154-pound division.
Oh, why Alexa do that to him? You see what I'm saying?
What exactly do you mean by do that to me? I'd love to help, but I need a bit more clarity on what you're looking for.
Alexa, that is enough. I am not talking to you. Thank you for your information.
You're welcome, Carol. Take care.
All right. So anyway, listen. Virgil Ortiz has been come August the 10th. Right now it's the 25th. It's the 25th of July. Come August the 10th, he's going to be interim champion for 2 years. Red flag. That doesn't make any sense. That should be viewed as an anomaly. But anyway, Hamza Shiraz is on his way out. I'm letting the replay just play through. So, let me get back to that. I'm going to pause this video and talk about some Shiraz.